All right, welcome back to the Daddy Daughter Disney Duo. We are here today to talk about the top 10 most underrated things at Disney. We all know all the great things to do there. We all want to go on Space Mountain. We all want to eat some churros. We all want to go on Pirates of the Caribbean. But in our last video, we had a couple people drop in the comment section that they thought it'd be kind of cool if the Daddy Daughter Disney Duo talked about some things that didn't get a whole lot of love. So, my daughter and we discussed this list, and we came up with the top 10. Now, this list was kind of hard to make. The two of us decided on some of these. You'll hear a pretty interesting perspective as we chat, hearing from a middle schooler versus someone in their 40s. Some of the things on this list I absolutely love. Some of the things on this list she might absolutely love, and vice versa. We asked some family members, a couple people in the comment section put what they thought was underrated. So, without further ado, are you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Okay. So, according to us and some family members, and this is in no particular order, by the way. So, don't get mad at us if you're like, wait, that's not number 10. These are in no particular order. It's the top 10 things. So, at number 10, we have the Enchanted Tiki Room. So, the Enchanted Tiki Room is a really cool show. We both agree on this one. It does not get enough love. One of the reasons why we love this so much is we usually go to Disneyland in the summertime. I teach elementary school, so that's really the only time we can go. And it's hot. So you go to Tiki Room, it's got the air conditioning blasting. It's a great just room just being just enclosed and out of the elements of outside. And what's really cool about it is right outside, you can buy yourself a Dole Whip and you can bring that thing right inside the building, eat that Dole Whip while you watch a really cool show. And that show lasts a good like 10 minutes or so at least,
Yeah.
which is really cool. Is there anything you want to add about why the Tiki Room is a cool place and why it might be underrated?
Uh, I feel like you got most of the reasons. I feel like also because like Walt Disney himself is like the one who like created all of it. And
Hmm.
it's just like a tradition. It's
Yeah, Walt Disney wanted it to be a restaurant, actually, by the way, and eventually evolved into what we know today with this awesome soundtrack, the Tiki Room. It's actually a song that the two of us even have like on our playlist on our phones, and like out of nowhere, we'll just start playing in the Tiki Room. Like, hey, I'm not too proud to say that I like that song. But it's a cool thing. And when I was a kid, the same thing. When we used to go in the summertime and my parents were kind of tired, we would find our way over to the tiki rooms to get out of the heat and kind of take a little break. So that was number 10. Hopefully you agree with us, the Enchanted Tiki Room. Ready to move on to number 9?
yeah.
Number 9. We have decided to put Casey Jr. How do you feel about that?
I'm sorry, but that does not that it's it deserves to be underrated.
Told you we have different
Hmm.
perspectives, which is what makes this channel so cool. Again, the daddy daughter Disney duo. There's two different age groups, but two people that love Disney. But talking to some people like you guys and our family, Casey Jr. got put on our underrated list because one, it's something that never really has a long line. You can get on that ride in 10 minutes typically. So if you're not a fan of waiting in lines, it's great attraction to get onto. It's great for kids. You can sit inside of a giraffe cage. You can pretend that you're a circus animal. It's a cool ride, nice little train ride. What I personally love about it is you circle Storybook Land, canal boats. You get a good view of the Matterhorn. You can see Fantasyland. It's just a cool ride. And when she was little, she used to love this ride. So just being a dad and having that nostalgic factor, it's a ride that definitely means a lot to me, and I'll kind of I'll cherish that ride as long as I'm around. Is there anything that you do like about Casey Jr., or you're like, I'm ready to move on because I disagree with this one?
Yes.
Okay. So again, this top 10 list is in no particular order, just from family members, from some of you in the comments, and then most of them we do agree with. But Number eight, we have what I just spoke about, the Storybook Land Canal boats. So this is, if you're not familiar with it, if you're in Fantasyland, you get inside of this little boat, and you get to go through the whale's mouth from Pinocchio, and it takes you through this really cool village of miniature houses. That might not sound very exciting to many of you out there, but the amount of time and effort it must have taken into the architecture of these little houses is phenomenal. It's a really cool 10-minute boat ride where you see the houses of the three little pigs, and you get to go through Neverland. You get to see where Aladdin and Jasmine live in miniature form. So I think it's a pretty cool ride. Typically has 20-minute or less wait time for the ride. Anything you want to add about Storybook Land canal boats?
Uh, Not really. I feel like it does look cool, but I am more into roller coasters.
Yeah.
Anything that is exciting, I guess.
Yeah. So again, middle school perspective, she kind of thinks maybe it should belong on the underrated list, and that's okay. But at number eight, we have Storybook Land Canal Boat. So number seven, this is one that we actually, I think agree to be on the list.
Yeah.
And that is Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I think this is actually the best ride in all of Fantasyland. I think it tops Peter Pan. I think it tops Snow White. Yep, I said it. Everybody hops in line for Peter Pan. That thing's got a 45-minute wait all day, every day. Mr. Toad's 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 on a busy day. But it's a cool ride. One of the weirdest rides at Disneyland, right? Because
Definitely.
you're basically driving a car and you're crashing into things, and you eventually die. And you end up at HE double hockey sticks. And I don't really know how this ride got thought of, how it got approved. I don't really understand who brought this idea to Walt Disney. Is like, hey, let's send the kids to you know where, and they're gonna love it. But hey, who loves it? This guy. So Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, I think, is very underrated. Anything you want to add about Mr. Toad?
Um, I feel like if you go when it's colder, it
Mm.
might be nice because there is one room where it is hot. But if you're going in the summer, you might not want to go on it.
Yeah, and she's talking about HE double hockey sticks. They actually pump in the heat in that room. So you're right. If it is a cold day, that might be a cool spot to actually go into just to warm up. So, all right, keep the list on rolling. We are at number six. Number six, we have Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters. We think it's underrated. It's a really cool ride if you love Toy Story. The whole ride is themed on Buzz Lightyear, and it's a shooting game. I'm very competitive. You get to shoot at targets, try to earn some points, and no matter what, if I'm playing against my daughter here or my wife, we both like to just see who gets to have the higher score. Very competitive. Cool ride. One thing that's cool about Disneyland's version is you can actually the guns actually you can pick up and move them, whereas the ones at Disney World, as of now, they're kind of mounted to the ride vehicle, and it's kind of hard to maneuver. So anything you want to add about Buzz Lightyear?
Um, it's fun when you play it with people that you're that they're also competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's basically a fight to the death to see how many points you could get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And guess what? It exits through a gift shop. Yay! So for all the parents out there, you get to spend more money when you're done. So it's a cool ride. It's a cool ride. So I think we're halfway there already. Number five. Again, one that we all agree on. At number five, we have the teacups. Teacups, it's a cool ride. We especially love this ride at nighttime. It's all lit up. It has the lanterns from Alice in Wonderland all above you. The music they play is really cool. It's just a great ride to be on. And when my daughter was little, we didn't really spin it. We just kind of let the teacup just kind of just move. And she loved it. Now that she's older, we definitely try to spin as fast as we can go
Hmm.
until we can't really see anybody in the distance. It's a big blur until we get sick. But it's a lot of fun, especially at nighttime. So number five, definitely the teacups. Anything you want to add about that?
Uh, I feel like it's kind of fun, like walking off, and if you go really fast, and especially if you had like food beforehand, which you should not, um, you're gonna throw up. Um, I have like walked out of there a bit dizzy.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, that's kind of fun. I don't know why.
Yeah, I love being dizzy. The feel of being dizzy is one of my favorites. So cool ride. All right, number four. We're gonna jump over to DCA for the next few. But at number four, um, of things that are underrated, we have the Little Mermaid ride over at Disney's California Adventure. So um, we both agree that this one is super underrated. It never has a line longer than 5 minutes for a reason. Like people just walk right by it, and it's one of the coolest dark rides that Disney's ever made. It goes through the entire movie of Little Mermaid. The soundtrack is awesome. Get to have aerial dances like this, when she sings Under the Sea. So we always dance like that
No, we
when we
don't.
get to that part.
He does.
Yeah. Well, she used to do it with me when she was little, and now that she's in middle school and cool, and I'm cringy now, I still do it anyway. So, but hey, one day she'll do it with me again. I hope. So, but yeah, I'm kind of goofy. Sorry. So yeah, definitely Little Mermaid. Anything else you want to add about Little Mermaid?
It's a pretty long ride. So, especially like during summer, it's hot, it's cool in there. Also, like you're not walking anywhere or standing around, so it just like a lot of uh, the things that I like pointing out is it's a good like rest for your feet because it you're doing so much walking at a Disneyland day. So
A lot of walking. Yep. So another ride you can kind of just chill out, relax for a few minutes. So good idea with that one. All right. Number three, we are at Mater's Junkyard Jamboree over in the Radiator Springs area, Cars Land. So this is kind of a funny story. We actually had never been on this ride until about like 2 years ago. Again, that's why this hits the underrated list. We walked right by it. Everybody wants to go on Radiator Springs over there. Everybody wants to go onto Incredicoaster or Guardians of the Galaxy. Nobody really gets in line for Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. They just kind of skip it, which we did all the time too. So a couple years ago, her and I went to Disneyland, and wasn't a big line for it. And I was like, "Hey, let's hop in that line. Let's see what the ride's all about." She wasn't really digging it. Like, I don't really want to. And then we got on the ride, and it is like the most fun ride ever. Like we could not stop laughing like the entire time. One of my favorite memories ever on a daddy daughter trip that we had, and it's like an old school scrambler. If you've ever been to like your local state fair, the scrambler ride, nothing too fancy with it, but it's one of those things that it like pushes you to where you're like, "Whoa," like you're like you can't really like get off of that person because the gravity just pushes you over, spins you around, gets you really dizzy. So I really love this ride. Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, definitely super underrated according to us. And then you want to add with that one?
uh it's very fun and chaotic, which as I've stated before, chaos is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos is fun
Yep.
and there's the ride is very chaotic, so I think it's definitely a fun ride, but if you have only one day to do both, I would skip it.
Okay. Hey, it's on our underrated list. Two left. Number two. Something that we think is kind of underrated over in DCA is Turtle Talk with Crush. Again, it's something that people skip. I don't think people really know that it's there, to be honest. It's kind of hidden. It's in this like animation studio building over in like the Hollywood area of DCA, and it's a long like 15-minute show, air conditioning, theater type seats, super comfy. And it's interactive. There's no two shows that are going to be alike because it's happening live. It's like you're inside of a giant fish tank with Crush from Finding Nemo. He comes up and interacts with the kids and the adults, and you can ask him silly questions, and he will respond to your questions live. And of course, he'll teach you how to say dude and sweet and totally Usher man, like as if you would have talked in the movie. It's a really really cool show. Even as floor seating for the kids, they could be like right up on the screen and talk to Crush. So highly recommend it. Anything you want to share about Turtle Talk with Crush?
Uh, I feel like it's fun when people kind of make fun of him, I
Mm,
guess, or make fun of others and tell it to Crush. There's a ton of videos of like kids saying that their favorite food is like sushi or turtles, just to get like
turtle
a
soup.
reaction. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he will like it's live. So if you say silly things like that, he will have silly responses back. So and this isn't just for kids. I mean, adults like myself, I like the show. But if you got little ones, especially go check out Turtle Talk with Crush. So are you ready for our final thing on the list? And again, these are not in any particular order. So when I say the number one thing, I guess it's not really the number one thing. It's the final one of our top 10 list. I would say, or we would say, let me look at her face. She's like, nope,
No,
one she did not agree with. Would be great moments with Mr. Lincoln. Super underrated. Her head is shaking. Why?
it deserves to be underrated. It's so boring.
Hey, it is cool. It is if you're a Disney history buff like I am, it goes down in history. It's like one of the greatest animatronics that Walt Disney has ever made. Abraham Lincoln literally like is right in front of you. He stands up, he talks. It's an awesome animatronic, super long show. I want to say it's like 15, maybe even 20 minutes long. I gotta look it up later. But if you again want to get out of the heat, you want to chill out, you've been walking your kids around all day and your feet are hurting, go check out Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. Get out of that heat, rest those feet for a little bit. Watch a cool show. Right now, they're going to be doing like a live audio animatronic of Walt Disney. So this theater might actually be super packed currently. But when that is done and in the past, I definitely feel like Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln would be one of the most underrated things at Disney. That's why I love our channel. We are different perspectives. You get to see, two different age groups, but two people that are super passionate about all things Disney. So, did we get it right? Is there anything that we're missing? Is there something in the comments? Let us know. Hey, you should have added this, or give us an idea of what you want us to talk about in the future. Because we got this episode from one of you out there watching us that told us in the comments to do something just like this. So help our channel out. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We are doing a little challenge right now. Once we get to our first 100 subscribers, the two of us will be buying tickets to Disneyland. As soon as we're off track of school, we'll head down there, maybe do some live videos, record some POV videos, actually see our reaction when we're at our happy place, see how that goes. So, anything else you want to add about this list?
No.
Okay, cool. Well, I thank you for tuning in. Appreciate your time. And until next time, we're the daddy daughter Disney duo, and we will see you around. See you later. All right. Bye, guys.